Hi there, this is Jo here, and today we are using Caroline Mace's Archetypes cards, and this is the first time that I've really done much with these cards. I use them occasionally in my readings, and if you've watched my collection videos, you'll see that. There's a link in the description box below. We are working with the Light Seers Tarot from Chrisanne. We're working with a Lightworker Illumination spread. So we're going to draw 3 cards. So it's a nice simple energy. And these 3 cards are going to make up a general reading for everyone watching this. It's going to be a really nice, simple one. So our first card is about grounding. Our second card, it's about where I am right now. Second card, Shadow Seer. What shadows need to be cleared before the situation can be resolved? Illumination. Place this in the Light Seer position. This card represents the energy needed for the best possible outcome. Card 1, our grounding. Where am I right now? So this is where are we right now? Shadow Seer. What shadows need to be cleared before the situation can be resolved? Illumination. This card represents the energy needed for the best possible outcome. Okay, so card number 1 is our grounding card. Now, this card comes out as it's pulled. Now, she places her cards in a different way, but I'm putting them horizontally. She's placing her cards vertically. I'm placing mine horizontally. Now, this is relating to you. This is a group reading. We have the first card as teacher. So if we think about teacher, now, all of you are not going to be teachers. You're not all going to be interested in that sort of thing. You can also see instructor, could also be mentor. So you can have a look at mentor. So we'll have a look at that. So let's have a look at this card. We've got it in the shadow attributes. So we'll read that in a moment. But we're going to look at the card as a whole because it's our first position. Where we are right now, there's a teacher here with a blackboard behind her. She's opening up the world to her students. There's a lot of maths on the back there, and the light attribute of this card is the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So this could be as you as a parent, this could be you with friends at work. You know, it can relate to many different areas of your life. It could be that you're trying to teach someone something. When I think about that, I think to myself that you could be trying to teach someone a lesson. It could be that it's playing out a karmic lesson. Shadow attributes, and this is where we're sitting, as we're sitting in this reversed energy. Manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. I am a teacher, was a teacher. I was a high school teacher, and one of the things, and as a parent, that I know that one of the things that I didn't do very well, and probably still don't, is understand that I'm always teaching the people in my life things, even when I'm doing what I know that I shouldn't be doing. So that's quite a mouthful there, and I have kind of stuff going on at the heart, because we think we're always, like whatever comes out of our mouth is what we're teaching, but it's not. People are always watching us. So our actions speak louder than words. When you're standing up in front of people, whether this is your family and friends, or whether this is a group of people that you don't know, or whether this is in your work colleagues, or whether it's in life in any other fashion, we feel like what we're saying is what people are listening to. And that's not the truth. When we are misbehaving, for want of a better word, when we're doing mean things to ourselves or someone else in our lives, we're actually teaching people negative traits and destructive skills. And I know that I have been absolutely guilty of this. The shadow teacher manifests as a desire to manipulate or abuse students, to be more concerned with recognition than with imparting knowledge, or to teach negative traits and destructive skills. The other thing there that I feel like is also that as a teacher, when I began teaching, I felt like I was going to impart knowledge, and I don't believe that that's part of what a teacher is anymore. And perhaps that's the world progressing, or perhaps that was just a very narrow point of view from me. We're all teachers, we're all students, we're all learners. And so when we're interacting with anybody, we're all playing these roles all the time. And so perhaps this is asking us to acknowledge where we're at with it, because perhaps we don't realize that every interaction, every time we're doing something with somebody, and even when it's ourselves, we're always becoming or acting as one of these people in this interaction: a student, a learner, a teacher, a mentor. There's a list of things here. And are we doing it for the right motives? This card would ask us to question our motives in this particular spread that we're doing today. Our second card is the Shadow Seer. This needs to be in the reverse position, which it already is. What shadows need to be cleared before the situation can be resolved? So before we realize that we're teaching people, and we might be doing that in a mindless sort of fashion, we're teaching people who we are, right? As a basic level. The Shadow Seer, what shadows need to be cleared before the situation can be resolved? And this is the Warrior. Oh, I actually really like this energy being there. So this is asking us, it's asking us to be true to ourselves. It's a message that keeps coming up. Warrior, the light attributes are strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. And in the shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Now that's pretty heavy stuff, right? To me, this would be really about yourself. Perhaps you're doing it to other people, but it feels like this is really talking about people doing this to themselves. That fact, it just means that the self-belief that is created here, where you want to put yourself above other people, is this thing that's going on here. But it means because you're not loving yourself. So it's sort of it's showing you that this is out of balance, right? What it needs to be resolved, because a warrior is a skillful person who fights for other people and themselves. They are disciplined and they are heroes in the world, very much like the positive role of a teacher. However, if the warrior is coming at it for the similar ways that the teacher is in the reverse, that it's all about the self, it's all about what they're doing and how they can do it, then it shows that they're not coming from their real self. It's like a hiding of themselves. Perhaps it is that they can't connect with their shadow self. They can't acknowledge their shadow self and the pain that they have, and they want to show this outside version of themselves that show the gloss, and that's that the shadow version of themselves, like teaching others through manipulation and destructive skills. The warrior, very similar, destructive kind of unethical treatment of people. But to me, this is really about the self, because whatever you're projecting outside of yourself, it's really about what you're doing to yourself first that matters the most. Okay, so our third card is the Mediator. Right. Now, it's funny because I read it as meditator. I suppose it, meditator, maybe, I don't know. No, but it's mediator. This card represents the energy needed for the best possible outcome. Now, it's interesting because in this card, we're looking at three people. So we're looking at the self, how we see the other, and our shadow self, or something like that. Let's go along with me. If you're not, you can take whatever you like from this reading. The light attributes: gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Now, this is talking about befriending yourself. Now, I know that it could mean a lot of different things, but this is the message that I'm getting. This is all out of alignment because you don't love yourself, because you're not being your own best friend kind of thing. You're trying to put this fake spin on who you are and how you are showing up in your life. You might feel like, you might be someone who feels like a bit of an imposter syndrome, where you feel like you're showing up at work and you still don't really know what you're doing. You're like faking it till you're making it. which means that you're probably always on the back foot, that you're always ready to strike out at people, that you're always trying to teach people, you know, what you feel like they need to learn because it's something that you really need to learn. So this here is talking to you about, or talking to us all about the illumination, what we need to do to get the best outcome for ourselves. And it's really to befriend ourselves, to be nice and kind to ourselves, to negotiate fairness for ourselves, to think about personal strategies that are going to help us progress in life and feel more comfortable with all of ourselves, respecting who we are and not arguing with ourselves and then trying to, you know, to assert different parts of ourselves, to show up as this thing and to be this thing, when really we really just need to connect in with ourselves in it better. So meditation could be a way of doing this, to unite all of yourself, to move beyond where you are right now. So this is the illumination. So it illuminates what's going on. So I hope this has made sense for you. And if it has, please comment in the description box below. Thanks for being here. If you are interested in spread videos, make sure that you are subscribing to my channel and liking this video. If you like pick a card readings, follow me over on Facebook and Instagram. And if you'd like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.